Well, good morning, my YouTube friends. Here I am, sitting on a bench, watching my mallards and cardinals have breakfast with sunflower seeds. And on the subject of eating, I have to make this as a counterbalance with this video I made on how I lost over 100 pounds. And I really did lose probably, like I said in that video, I thought 130 altogether. You know, I was just tipping 300. And since then, I have continued with this idea of don't put food first in your life, because it doesn't have to be. And years ago, I learned in science classes that, you know, you can eat about a third of what you are expected to eat in a day and survive well and healthy. And that's sort of true. The bottom line is you can get to a point where you almost dislike food, even if it's something you really, really love. You know, it just, you can go overboard is what I'm trying to say. All right, now here I am. I'm about 5'10 and a half. My last weight, I'm going to say last week, was 155. That is 10 pounds less than Mick Jagger. And he's as slim as can be. I found that it really came to bother me was when I went to a party and the lady of the house, usually I'd hug her and say hello and this and that. It's like she couldn't get away from me quick enough, because when you're too thin, you know, people think that they don't accept you, all right? Any more than they accept you when you are too fat, okay? To put in simple terms. And my dear wife is the one who put that into an adage, and it is quite true. Society is funny and it's cruel. You know, everybody has somebody to pick on when they're too skinny or too fat. I mean, I do feel thin, I have to say, because of the condition of my ambulatory state from when I got hurt doing security work. It's better to be light. You know, my right ankle kills me every single day. I don't have a brace on it now. You know, I don't wear a big brace, but I mean, the pain's always there. Every day I have to put it up, put it under a pillow, And I have some trees I need to cut because one fell and luckily caught a healthier tree below. I have to do something, and I'm not going to pay for firewood this year, I'll tell you that much. I spent, I'm going to say, about $2,700 having wood delivered, and this girl's wood burns very fast. You know, I went through over 2 cords in, I think, less than 3 months. Yeah, I mean, it's been cold here in Connecticut, but not that cold. Plus, of course, we have other heat, you know, hot water heat as it's called. But I want to stress this idea about the weight loss. You can really go overboard with it and just take it too far, and you really don't look healthy. You know, people have been coming up to me in church in line for coffee hour to, you know, go to the buffet. And they're like, oh my God, you're so skinny. And I have no choice but to turn it around and say, I know people are coming up to me and saying, my God, you look like you're dying. But, you know, I overdid it, and I went back to this business of eating every morning. And I like pumpernickel bread and always have. I just have never seen it since I was a kid in a big loaf of pumpernickel bread. You just get it at Brooklyn Bakery. But that is the thing. I have to start doing that. It's simple enough, and I like rye bread. My wife got me the sliced version, and even that on toast or pumpernickel bagels with a little cream cheese in the morning, something to eat. And I drink too much coffee too, which curbs my appetite. A lot of things can curb your appetite. If you're on certain medications, you have to be careful. The side effects, a lot of the times, put a stop sign on food intake. You think you can probably get away with it, without it, I mean. And it's really the truth. I hate to say this. Half of the time, rock stars, maybe not like the people who are popular today, but back in the 70s, 80s, 90s, all the musicians were as skinny as rails. And it was sure, the style, but most of the time it was the opiates. You have to really call a spade here. And when it wasn't, it was the stimulants. My oh my. You can get off on a realm like that easily. If you're spending your life on a tour bus, who knows? I don't know, but I hope that you take me seriously. Don't overdo it with the weight loss. All right? Linked Up 7346 signing out. See you later, alligator. Take care.